welcome back, everybody. And we are back in Outer Worlds, episode 2, and we are going to go visit the town leader. Now, she said go to the east, follow the road, so we're just gonna listen to her sage advice. Who are you? Are you? Oh, be friend or foe? Let's pop this sucker. Oh no, don't worry, I'm really great at FPS games. Someday you'll see. My life skill in life has been upgraded as well. I'm just gonna take all of it. Gonna take all of it. Should probably change my armor as well. Cause I feel like we picked up better stuff. Oh, poor resident. Oh, poor resident. What are you marauders doing out here? What's going on? Let's actually see. We should. No, perfect. Okay. Skill bonus, tech skills +5. I guess we can do the minor hell. That's terrifying. But yeah, I guess we can use that. So we can press Q and break it down. Bust it down. Okay, awesome. Consumables. Here you can use junk or drop your consumables. They can be used directly to gain a variety of boost. Your emergency medical inhaler is shown at the top of the screen. It uses adrenal as fuel to heal you in emergency and always keeps it loaded into slot 1. Increasing medical skill to unlock more drug mixing slots that can hold all types of consumables, not just adrenal. Each slot is mixed into every puff of inhaler for a combined effect. Okay. Can we not do like... Okay. She sort of mix and mash, I see. Fantastic. Hello, friends. What does my spacebar do? Oh, well, I mean, I guess. Just tell me if there I can do something with it, but yet to be seen.
Whoa, hey.
Silas!
Where'd you come from? Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's marauder territory, friend.
No, listen, I got a stack of dead bodies behind me.
Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls. And low prices.
Oh my gosh.
Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses.
Oh.
You don't want none of that.
Yeah, Silas
Name's
is a company man.
Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family. Definitely not the junior in humor. Sure.
Yeah, well, thanks,
If you've
Silas.
got business inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the tower above the cannery. Head into town, follow the road.
I can do that.
Look, you obviously ain't a worker. What's your racket? You a smuggler? Freelancer?
You can see me on Fiverr, yeah.
Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites. We rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see? Company policy. If it was up to me, I'd put the whole town 10 feet under, free of charge. Quotas, mostly. Got a backlog of graves to fill. Bodies won't bury themselves, you know?
It's a little bit bleak, Silas. I mean, I'll collect your fees, I
Four
guess.
workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little.
Yeah, we'll twist his arm.
He just is. Look, I don't want to get into it.
You don't want to get into it? You're
sure
sending me to him. What do you mean you don't want to get into it?
Conrad's got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours. Abernathy... I ain't seen him in a few days. His domicile is near the cannery. You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is. He's over by the landing pad.
By the landing pad, alright.
Yeah? You could look at it that way, I suppose. You could look at us and say, those Edgewater saps lost near every soul to plague.
Oh.
But you'd be wrong.
Oh,
We're survivors.
okay.
Loyal company folk, brave in the wilds.
You go, Silas.
Every now and again, a virulent plague sweeps through our town. That's life on the frontier, I suppose. A body grows accustomed.
Yeah, I guess.
Hang on, I'm doing some math in my head. 20, 30, carry the one. All my life?
Oh, great job,
Work's
Silas.
been real good to me. Fresh air, exercise. Only problem's the paperwork. Can't get anybody to pay their gravesite fees.
It's alright, Silas. Listen. We got it.
Former people, yeah. Marauders been raiding my graves, you see. Hence the armed guards.
Any idea where the
Couldn't tell you. No, I mean, I'm contractually prohibited from saying anything that might reflect poorly on Spacer's choice.
Oh, no.
Avoid it. Shouldn't have said that either. Look, forget I said anything.
Alright, thanks for your time. Wait, you got a marauder problem.
Well, if you're gonna go headhunting, talk to Constable Reyes back in town. She pays for marauders by the finger.
No, fetch a pretty good price.
Oh no. They are after the most precious loot of all. Spacer's Choice Company property.
Oh, of course.
If those marauders swipe any more bodies out of my cemetery, company's gonna duck my pay.
Wow. I'm sorry about that, Silas. Alright, sweet. So we got a bunch of stuff to do. Alright, that's good. Head into here, fix up some stuff. Maybe we'll head into Silas's quest to see what that's all about. Got some nice old coffins here. Oh, Edgewater Cemetery discovered. Look at that. Town leader. Transition to Edgewater. Named aptly for being located on the edge of the water. Sort of gives me a Borderlands vibe, honestly, like with all the lights and the stuff going on. But oh, resident.
Another day at the cannery.
Don't go knocking your work.
Fantastic. Spacer's Choice Cantina. Listen, we've been here before. Going to the cannery. Oh, perfect. What are you? Logs? Edward's strictly here's a Spacer's Choice. Be considerate toward other member of the Spacer's Choice. Allow 2 to 4 weeks to process and approve your scheduled sick. Oh my god, allow 2 to 4 weeks to process and approve your sick leave. What? Lost hours must be compensated to the company. See read if you're having trouble paying for your sick leave. Oh my gosh. Work invigorate. Sickness in the body reflects sickness in the mind. Oh my gosh. Man, they're brutal out here. Yeah, I mean, we'll also take all that stuff. Let's see. Before we just use the elevator just yet. I like how I'm just walking in the cannery. I mean, that's fine too, I guess. Oh, hello, Don't report me to Mr. Thompson. I will use the elevator. He's right. Fantastic. Pretty long ride, huh? Oh.
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Top.
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself. You were saying, Miss Holcomb.
It's just what Bess needs is a proper refurbish. I can bandage her up and what all, but she's just old. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'll do better.
Parvati,
And I do wish you'd
what are
stop
you doing?
referring to our cannery as Bess. Personification of company property is strictly contrary to the Spacer's Choice Code of Conduct. My apologies. I am not in the habit of allowing my guests to witness such a row. Now, what can I do for you? I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform.
Oh, that.
Yes, so it dawns on me.
It's in a
Seems
dry
I allowed
cleaner.
my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without
Wow,
frying
Mr.
yourself
Thompson,
in the
you
process.
have literally all the answers I need. Let's hear it, yeah.
There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered.
He said mostly.
Go
there.
down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
Yeah,
I was not
exactly.
entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there. I'm not trying to pull one over on you, friend. You were bound to run into them sooner or later.
I mean, you're definitely right.
The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home.
I don't know, man. Doesn't seem like a great place.
Edgewater is struggling. We haven't hit our production quota in years. If we don't meet our quotas this year, the company might shut us down for good. I need those workers back at their stations.
Well, I mean, honestly, Mr. Thompson, it's not a very great company. If you're coming and you talk to HR, I don't believe this works.
My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
I mean, I guess.
Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership. That is not a hypothetical I enjoy entertaining. We need Adelaide back. Nonetheless, I will settle for the return of her followers. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions, then we will all perish separately.
I mean,
Adelaide will understand.
we already in
that.
factions, kind of a little bit.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful.
You creep me out, Mr. Thompson. I won't lie to
You
you.
will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am
Geothermal
trusting you with
passcode.
mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Why not, right?
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
All right, fantastic.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Let's get a move on. Companions. You've gained a companion. Their characters to join you in your adventures and help in a variety of ways. Companions provide combat support. Their skills enhance your skills. They increase your carrying capacity. You can unlock special companion combat abilities with inspiration skill. Learn more in your companion ledger. Brought to you by... Alright, completing another quest for the assist. You can check your quest log dependencies. So she's like, is she with me? Coming, girl? Or what? Oh, shoot! Don't worry about it. Misfire, misclick. Don't. Okay, there we go. Hold R to holster. Alright, there you go. Oh, you teleported. Fantastic. Yeah, so don't. Did I hit her? No, maybe not. But don't worry about it. I'm a firearm specialist. I wouldn't really look too much into
Hey,
that.
mister, can we talk? Sorry.
Can we talk? Yes, we can talk. Why don't we come out here? Let's talk.
Let's talk when you're free. Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left. Life's hard here, especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders or
I mean, you're
worse.
right, Parvati.
I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
Max.
Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it.
Aw.
That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Aw. Parvati. Let's go talk to your guy. The vicar. Let's go see some vicar. Don't even worry. That guy resident, okay. Oh wait. Oh, he's in the church. Fantastic.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Too clean. Ooh. Very fancy. Ah yes, the vicar.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar
Maximilian
Max,
de
if you're the
Soto.
sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling, this season's tossball predictions, the quickest way out of town.
I'll take the quickest way to town.
But what? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb?
Oh
Every time
no.
I've tried to engage you in
I messed
conversation,
up.
you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do? Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk. They rejected the order of society and live beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our Spacer's Choice patrons. Does that strike you as a responsible life choice? Astute. But I am here,
Astute.
locked in
I
the
think everyone
deserter
calls me
camp.
astute when I do an
So that's not a
intelligence check.
variable I can account for. Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold.
It's not a bad idea.
If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume.
Listen, I wasn't assuming it was going to be safe at all.
One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls.
Aw.
My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book. I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption.
I don't know if I trust him to figure out what's good for public consumption.
It's a handwritten journal, a faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious? It is not only a beautiful relic of a bygone time, it's also the thoughts of an early thinker on the nature of man's place in the cosmos. Not many in this colony could understand its true value, should they ever read it. Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can
Seriously,
always
collector's
find me
domicile.
here.
Alright. Wow, we're picking up a bunch of stuff. This is awesome. It's great, 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 great.
Hey there, Mary. Don't see you around here too
Man,
often.
poor Mary.
Yeah, huh? That's on account of how I never met her.
Oh.
She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception.
Oh.
So when I was born, I got sent here.
It's a messed up society, man.
It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers. You mean about the mission being too clean? I know, but Vicker says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vicker sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass. It just comes off cold to me, is all.
Man. Have to break open the psychology textbooks. Awesome. Okay, so we need to go to the botanical lab. So to the botanical lab we will go. Saltuna Cannery, the only source of protein a busy worker needs. Oh, seems like we came out on the wrong side, but we should be able to make it work. Let's just take a quick peek at the map here. Yeah, rotate around this way. This is very interesting. Wow. Let's get to the botanical lab, shall we? Dun 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 dun. Is she behind me, by the way? Yeah, she is. Okay. Y'all got some goodies for me. Extendo sight. Weapon modification. Install mods at a workbench to upgrade your weapons, changing damage type, adding a scope, improving rate of fire. That's some good information to have. So we need to go over there to Adeline, to the deserters, and try to convince all of them to come back to Edgewater, because we need to shut down their power to get stuff for our ship.
I smell blood!
Oh wow. A little bit big. I won't lie to you. The situation is precarious. We need to. Oh, I freaking died! I was trying to figure out what button it was. It's F. Gosh dang it. F is to use your inhaler when you're about to die. Now we know. Wait. Oh yeah, okay, so... Well, honestly, we can probably just leave out this way.
I'm sorry. I'll just be a minute.
I mean, I think we can, right? Yeah, there we go. Alright, now I know. Press F, you big dumb idiot. They told you before. Use your Adreno, full health, then you're good. You're fantastic. Anti-Cleo's better than nature, servicing the Halcyon colony. Alright, so there's the Marauders right there. Marauders are literally right outside the wall, huh?
That's the last of them.
Alright, where's that big guy, though? That's what I'm scared of. Trip blade. There's a ringleader. sneak up on him. We're gonna freaking shotgun his ass. Yeah, noise point, good fine. And hear a little health thing going on right now. Great. Oh, no. Marauder lookout. Oh. We definitely want his gun. Hunting rifle. Awesome. Look at the ringleader and see what he has as well. Make sure we hit all these bodies. Ooh. Got a bunch of stuff. Ooh. Look at all this loot, son. We already won the game. No need to go any further. I feel like why not go in here? Alright, bit cartridges, currency. Come on, we've been here before. Mag picks. It's good. Much Reno. Trespassing, lockpicking, hacking, and murder are all considered illegal activities and are frowned upon by society. Avoid being seen if you want to engage in activities without consequence. Oh, plasma rifle. Absolutely. I mean, it's just trespassing. I mean, it's Marauder territory, you know. So if I'm breaking into the bad guys, I mean, that should be a net good for you think. I mean, I'm just taking all this stuff, so hopefully part of it he's good with it. I mean, that's just how we roll. Oh, I need a mag pick. I really want to get in there. Okay, so I have skill points available. Let's see what I kind of want to see what lockpick does for us. All you can see what inside is after a while. That's good. We should do ranged, I feel like. Location hit effects. Okay, sweet. So it's like we can shoot their arm and it'll fall off or something like that. That'd be pretty good. And I guess we can do the rest into stealth. And apply those. Okay, great. Let's see what we got in the inventory. We got some stuff, man. 44 DPS. I want to try out the hunting rifle. I feel like that'd be a good one for us. Let's check out the scope on this bad boy. Oh, I really like how it's like a mix between like it's like you know, old school elements in it, but it's still just no scope. Don't even worry about it. Just no scoping. Oh, it's not gonna be for us.
We made it!
Alright, we made it? Is that what she said? Alright, good. Because I'm almost dead. Ollie toxin free. Awesome. Mostly take some of that. Jewel the ring. Hooligan. Patch low pressure helmet. Yeah, it's a good point actually. We should look into our armor and see if we got the 9 armor, 4 armor. Easy choice. 3 armor, 4 armor. See, but I don't like looking like a marauder, you know. And we get tech skill +5 and stealth skill +5. I feel like I like having the tech skill, and it just looks way cooler. So I mean, let's go ahead and stem up. Community center. We won't go in there yet. We'll just go to the botanical. See if we can kind of get a good scope of what's going on there. Toss ball card. Gee willikers. This this looks interesting. Might have to check this one out because there's a bunch of dead marauders in front of it. And you know, if anybody's gonna be killing marauders, I feel like I want to be friends with that person. Okay, hello. Hello, I'm just taking other stuff. I hope you don't mind. Okay, I mean, I guess we'll go. Maybe it was from the people at the botanical gardens. Maybe they were taking care of the marauders. Who knows? I mean, you know, you just don't. The botanical lab. Oh, might need those tails for
Move
something.
along, stranger. We don't want
What?
any trouble.
Grace! You got a really cool gun. Hey, what if I told you I've got a really cool gun with a bigger scope?
I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along.
Move along, she says. What's your problem?
Armed strangers wandering into my camp for one. Some of my
Your
camp
camp?
wandering out for another. Got anything in you besides questions?
No, not really.
No,
I have
I'm
a
sorry.
fucking big
That was
gun.
unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if
Maybe that's
marauders
the dead
got
marauders
to
that
her.
we saw earlier.
It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere.
This marauders got then parts for being a lot of places. Oh my
Appreciate it.
gosh.
Honest. Over in the hothouse, tending crop.
The hot house.
I'll tell you what I can.
What's about Zoe? Sure.
Vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me. I'd check her
I don't
room,
blame
but I got
'em.
yelled at for snooping
You're a little
once
bit.
already.
You're a little hostile. I wouldn't tell you shit.
Little ways ago. She was always obsessing over her serial dramas. Wanted to see what the fuss was about. Could be. Dangers aplenty out there. No telling why marauders would steal somebody like Zoe. Got no useful skill as far as I could tell.
Dang.
Marauder gang just moved into the districts a little ways east. Their numbers are growing. Gotta come from somewhere.
Oh jeez.
Well enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does.
I mean, that's what you think. You seem really
She was
personal.
lazy and thoughtless, but she's still one of our own.
Man, Grace, chill. Why are you going into her? Yeah, let's change the
What is it?
subject. What are you getting on me? I don't want to talk to you anymore. I don't like you very much. Jeez, oh Peach. We'll talk to Stefan, like, while he's right here, because I just saw his name pop up. Okay, so that's stealing. We don't want to steal.
Fancy duds. Do the tubes get in your way?
Hey, screw you. Tubes are awesome.
You mean Zoe? Yeah, we were pretty close. Not like her to go loping off. Zoe and I were gonna watch the serials, as is our custom. She never turned up. I looked around, but she was nowhere to be found. You sound like some type of corporate fixer asking all these questions.
Hey, hey, I'm just company man.
Zoe was always obsessed with this serial. Masked Marketeer. A scion of Byzantium turns to banditry and teaches his marauder companions the wisdom of free market economics. Shame she up and vanished when she did. I had a surprise lined up for her. The other day, I got my hands on a genuine copy of the latest Masked Marketeer. I was gonna surprise Zoe
Oh,
with
how
it,
sweet,
but she was
Stefan.
gone the next day. Can't say I recall Zoe ever acting strange. Well, except for her habit of writing things down on
No one,
scraps of
no one
paper.
thought that she would just write things
She
down.
called it journaling, but I think it's just plain odd.
I mean, yeah, she probably has hints somewhere.
Hey, I got time.
What you got for sale there, James?
Fresh off the limb, and that includes canid meat.
Sequel to the value of your best dialogue skill and is used to negotiate prices. Okay. It's pretty cool. A beanie, thick beanie, or a lightweight beanie. It's fine. We'll get out of here. Oh wait, actually.
You hungry?
Oh
We
my
got
gosh.
canid ribs, canid
Oh, gotta
flank,
freaking
canid
talk.
snout too.
I just shut up.
Something I can help.
Stefan. Yes. I'm gonna
Fresh
sell all
off
my
the limb.
junk. Hold Z to sell all junk. Why not, right? Alright, sweet. Alright, now that we got that out of the way, let's figure out what the deal is with Adelaide. What's going on? How you doing?
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice.
Oh, she's way
Whatever
better than
your
Grace.
troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
Only about 30. That was
I
not a
have been
question,
called
merely a
that, among
statement
other things.
of observation.
Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who
She
keeps
does look like a
flowers.
nice grandma.
But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
We're gonna call you grandma, I
Excuse
think.
me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks
Like
of
how
you
she only
often.
talks in plain terminology.
Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned. Reed Thompson? You here on behalf of that cold-eyed
Whoa!
reptile?
Adelaide,
Let's
listen.
hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
I don't want to convince him to go, because that's horror. I like these people a lot better.
Make amends. Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a
Amen,
mess.
girl. Amen.
Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned.
Oh.
I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
Yeah, can I join y'all, or...?
He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
Hey, I haven't agreed to anything.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us
I'm
be.
with you, honestly.
If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid.
Oh, I'm definitely doing that.
Think about it.
Yeah.
You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
I agree with you, Adelaide. Thanks, Grandma. I'll definitely consider it.
You will listen to your conscience.
All right, Pavardi, how you doing?
Where are we headed?
Ah, never mind. You're not gonna talk to me. That's fine. Don't want to steal a mag pick. Not trying to hurt nobody's feelings out here. Okay, sweet. So, why don't we look at Zoe's house? Where is that at? Because I'm sure that's pretty... Oh, I think it actually might have... Okay, no, it's not. I was wondering if that was the house down there that we had searched, but it looks like it's this one. Because we might as well while we're here. Oh! What are you doing?
Keep your wits about you, friend.
I'm keeping my wits about me. What are you doing in here, huh? Well, today's the day, Zoe. Today's the day you take your destiny into your own hands. I've been listening to Grace talk about the marauder threat. Bands of wild, free-spirited bandits living in camps out in the hills, warming themselves by the light of barrel fires. Probably mounting the heads of their enemies on spikes as a warning to folk like me. Living a life of comfort and ease, free of any rules. I bet they could take the whole region if they were organized. I've been tucking away some of Adelaide's food, and I've got some spare cans of saltuna. Should last me a couple weeks if I ration. Got some adrenatime too. Everybody loves adrenatime, even marauders, right? I got oddsies marauders will let me throw in with them if I dangle a couple syringes of adrenatime or before their eyes. This is gonna be great. Look out, Tier 2. Bandit Queen Zoe's origin story has just begun. I'm I'm gonna have a whole game of marauders at my beck and call. Maybe I can even score some Rizzos. Oh, that's definitely not good. She's trying to start a bandit army. Yeah. So that's it then. No more Edgewater for me. No more cannery. No more jumpsuits and gloves. Yes, ma'ams. And would you like another's? I don't know why I'm writing this down for posterity's sake because I've always hated the cannery, and I don't think I'll ever have to look back in the journal for many years hence and tell myself, oh wow, I did hate that veil once, didn't I? Just because I got sick, everybody's sick. Well, okay, I got sick and I grabbed a little too much adrenatime. Is that really a crime? I gotta treat myself when I'm sick, don't I? Whatever happened to personal responsibility and surviving by one's own bootstraps? Oh, but you misappropriate one box of adrenatime and suddenly you're committing larceny. I hear ya, girl. Listen, Grace is up your ass. I'm not like, I'm not very keen on it. So what do we need to do? Plan to run away and join the Marauder camp. Head to the camp and see if she's okay. Okay. I mean, we'll definitely head to the camp. Why not, right? So looks like I'm sure that that's probably the power plant. So we can head over there. Just loop back around. Hey, bandits! Oh, what was that name? Oh, I think that's my cue coming back. Oh yeah, I got y'all. Don't even worry about it. Listen here, Marauder goon. Bang. Bang. An offer? Oh no. Maybe I'm not, but it doesn't matter that much. He's surrendering. We take no prisoners. Here's the thing about CrudeTactics and my character. We're a nice guy. We're trying to be good here, but you put your arms up, it's gonna go down. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's definitely going down. Like, we're about to smoke. We're about that life, Your 2-bit stupid self puts your hands in the air. It is easier target for me. Gotta take you down. Nothing personal. It's just, you're out here in the wild. What is that terrible noise? We're gonna go investigate it against my better judgment.
No.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's a big one. The behemoth! Parvati! Oh, he's just freaking digging himself. We're gonna bop that arm is what we're gonna do. He's got freaking thunder hands. What are we gonna do against thunder hands? That's all I'm asking. Oh, it's not gonna be for us. Don't worry. You take a little sip of your inhaler. Chill out for a second. Bop him in the face. Bop him in the face. Bop him. One more time. There we go. Now you're a sucker. Yeah. Yeah. Primal brain. It's got to be the size of a little peanut. It's easy money for us. Where's the last one? Parvati. Where are you at, girl? Switch over to Alright, now he's got us in I would say an inopportune situation. And ray damage is damage broadcast. Don't throw that at us, please. Thank you. Have some respect. Okay. We got some stuff. Oh, assault rifle. That'll be very nice for us. That's what I've been wanting. Okay, we don't even know you need to go in there. I just kept hearing them, so we gotta investigate. Parvati, are you good? You back up? All right. Let's get a little glimpse over here about what's going on. So I feel like if we go in,
I don't know anybody who ever came out this far. Got it. Inside voices.
Stand and deliver. Always wanted to
oh no, that didn't go great for us. That was not the most. Oh no, there's so many. All right, listen, that didn't go great. I won't lie to you. Oh my gosh, no! Come on! Oh, that's so frustrating. Spectrum vodka, glass for every glass. Oh, we're all the way over here. No, it's so disappointing. There's like okay, save game. I need to be smarter. I need to start saving my stuff. Because we literally have to do all of that over again. Which I'm not going to do. I'm not going to kill all the primals. Because now we don't really get that much. Because that dead guy in there is an assault rifle anyway. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Slight inconvenience. I missed my shot. Oh my gosh. I'm missing every shot, man! Oh my gosh. Alright, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Can I have some sort of assault weapon? That would be highly preferred. Necklace? Alright, we're gonna scope up over here. I think it's gonna be our best plan of attack right now. Some more primals down there. I'm not gonna look though. Alright, let's see what needs to happen here. Okay, so him. Well, definitely just take the freebie right there. Quick scope! Fantastic. Look at that. That went so much better.
I don't know anybody who ever came out this far.
It's going great for us so far. No, mine. Don't worry about it. You just gotta keep your mind open. And also, namely your eyes. Your eyes need to be open. Marauder Hooligan. Prepare to meet your maker.
stand and deliver. No encore.
Zoe, you are literally insane. No joke. Absolutely insane. We need an assault rifle. I would really enjoy an assault rifle. I feel like last time we came from like over here, right? Maybe it was in between these spots right here. Oh my god, yeah, it's all mines. I'm not paying any attention to. Assault rifle, fantastic. Alright, It's fine. Oh. What do you... Zoe. Can I talk to you? How do I talk to Zoe? Okay, go into it, please. We're definitely gonna take all the money out of here for, you know, the company. Board game. That'd be fun. Zoe, do you want to come play a board game? Can I talk to you now? Yes.
Wow, you crossed them all off, like some sort of heroic accountant running down a list. Teach me your ways.
Oh, geez, Zoe.
What? You mean Adelaide's little congregation of nature-loving nobodies? I could not possibly be less interested in them. You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen.
I don't like the way she's trending right now.
I'm great at clarifying. No. I insinuated myself into their company, see? And they didn't seem to mind one whit.
You gave him
I may have
Adrenatime.
bartered them a few boxes of Adrenatime, but yeah, I'm sure that's got nothing to do with it. I got kicked out of Edgewater on account of falling sick with plague and stealing some medicine to treat myself. I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical labs. I decided to throw in with them, seeing as I always wanted to be an outlaw myself.
I mean, that's fair.
Instead, what do I find? But a bunch of former workers camped out around a greenhouse. I couldn't just go back to the cannery, so I was stuck with them. I don't know. The vital processes that constitute the miracle of life are mysterious and unknowable. Oh, you mean around these guys? The Marauders wouldn't hurt me. They love me. I'm practically their queen. Yeah, must be my natural charisma.
It's the hair, man. Purple hair.
I've got all the time in Halcyon. Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong.
I mean, fair enough.
I doubt that. Nobody in that camp really cared about
Stefan
me.
really cares about you.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Also, he could carry on a conversation.
Yeah,
unlike these
there
hooligans.
you go.
I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is going to be glaring knives
Oh yeah,
at me.
definitely.
So I've got that to look forward to.
I mean, of course. Grace is not great. I do not blame you whatsoever. Awesome. So we found Zoe. We'll go talk to Grace back there. I think we'll head back and we'll give Grace a little talking to. Tell her to stop being such a jerk to everybody. I, for one, definitely understand, you know, why Zoe left. You know, Grace just makes it a little bit of a hostile work environment. But no worries. Get to go see her wonderful self again. Talk with her a little bit. See what's going down. Oh. Thinking Capjet. Alright, great. Botanical Labs, welcome again.
What is it? We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened?
Oh,
anyway?
should I tell her what happened though?
Zoe joined up with a band of marauders. Zoe. The same Zoe who doesn't know a barrel from a trigger. Well, I've heard stranger things.
Oh, have you?
You pretty
What
much
about
did
season
my
4?
job for me.
You excited?
Least I could do is pay you for your
No,
trouble.
absolutely. That's actually the bare
Let
minimum
me
you can
know
do.
if I can do something for you.
Literally, just be nice. Oh yeah, level 4. Let's get into some points really quick. I think be be effective for us to raise this by a couple to get this to 20 for heavy weapons. I think dialogue would be a good get for us as well. I think stealth and maybe the last couple in engineering. Accepting it. Dilation location hits. You've unlocked location hit effects for tactical time dilation. Hitting enemies in different locations during TTD maims or cripples those body parts. Try different locations, see different effects. Hits to the chest produce different effects while using different weapons. Combat dialogue abilities. You've unlocked a dialogue combat skill when attacking the correct type of target. They are automatically debilitated. Fantastic. 5 previous perks. Oh, carrying capacity would be a good one. Accept. Fantastic. Alright, so I think that's going to be the end of episode 2 here. Written a little bit longer, but having a great time so far. We'll go over to the geothermal plant, and we'll figure out who we're going to route power to. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.